I just got down here where I've been digging lately in my second hole, and I got a little, looks like a little kid's ring. Looks, I'm about 99.9% sure it's sterling. Shined up like it, didn't flaking off anywhere or anything like that. It's got a little black tarnish on it. Just haven't been able to find a marking on the inside yet. I'll get it home and get it cleaned up and see if I can find one. I'm sure there is one. I thought I saw one, but I can't quite make it out. Anyway, get back to you, find something else. Well, looks like a 20-something wheat. Like a lot of them I've gotten down here, pretty crusty. Got another wheat. Can't tell the date, it's pretty crusty. Well, it's a first for me. My first silver I ever got with my AT Pro was a Barber quarter, and it was worn like this one is. Actually, I think this one may be a little worse, but this is actually a Barber dime. I'll get it cleaned up and get a date off of it when I get it home. I might be mistaken, but I think that's a handle from an old shaving razor. I'll look at it again when I get home. Well, I guess I didn't dig enough of these this weekend, or find them laying on top of the ground this weekend, so I got another one. It's really weird. When I pulled this one out of the ground, it was soft. It was bent, so I started trying to straighten it, and it almost bends like lead. But it's got a little corrosion on it in a few places like aluminum normally would, so maybe it was just because it was in the ground. But it's tax token. Got myself a wheat. It's barely there. I can't even see a date. Looks like I found an old broken key. Looks like a pretty old one. I flipped my plug over and saw that right there. Nice little smooth sigil mark. And this was down in the hole. I believe it has some Asian writing on it. So it must be an Asian coin. I'll have to get it home and get it cleaned up. It's a little bit corroded. I'm not sure what I got. I know it's copper because I got it with my digger. Or actually with my shovel. I don't know if it rang up like an Indian, but I don't know. I'll get it home and clean it up. Hey everybody, I hadn't been videoing hardly any digs, but I just got this. I was getting a really just blowing my ear out signal, and just got this. It's real heavy copper. Looks like it's probably had a pin right there. It's got the Great Seal on it. I mean, this thing's thick and heavy. Not real sure what it would have went on, but I'll have to do a little research. Hey everybody, I want to do a wrap-up video of a bunch of hunts that I've done lately. I haven't been videoing my digs lately. I've videoed a couple that I thought were, a little more significant. The reason I haven't been filming them is most of the places I hunt are places that friends of mine that I dig with that entrust me with their good digging spots, and I appreciate very much them showing me good spots around the Tulsa area to dig, because I didn't grow up here. I don't know this area that well, so they've entrusted me to be responsible with my videos and not show exactly where I'm at, so we don't have the unfortunate YouTube scavengers coming and digging on their spots that were good spots to dig. And unfortunately, we do have those lousy YouTube scavengers out there that will sit and pick apart a video and figure out where you're at, stop it, look around, try to figure it out, and then come out there and dig in your spot. If it was my own personal digging spot and I was okay with it, I would tell you on YouTube, and I will. If I have my own spots, and I have before. Most of the time where I dig, my personal spots are on personal property. But there's even a park across the street from the personal property that I showed in a video. It's got a lot of stuff in it. Somebody wants to go dig it, they're welcome to it, and I don't mind that. But if it's a place that somebody has shown me, and I don't want to, I'm not going to show those videos anymore. If I do dig something in one of their spots that I see significant that I want to show on video, it'll just be the item I dug and the hole. That's all you're going to see. If it's one of my own personal spots that I've found around Tulsa or something, and I feel like doing it, I'll show it in the video and tell you right where it's at, and you all can go out there and just dig all you want. But not the places that my friends have taken me to. So I know they're okay with what happened. They're not mad at me or anything, and I appreciate them being patient with me. I will start making some more videos here soon. But I am going to do a quick wrap up of all this stuff I have laying here and talk about it a little bit. So let's get to it. Okay. I got some normal bling, and this right here is kind of interesting. I was watching a video of Nugget Noggins just recently, and he showed one of these, and I had dug a whole bunch of these and didn't know what they were. I need to dig them out of the trash. I got a big can out there just with a bunch of them in it. This went on the rim, and a valve stem come up through the center of it, and the old valve stem cover that a lot of us have dug for a Model T screws right down on those threads. So that's what that came off of. It's kind of interesting. Some of your just normal bling. I was digging with Red Dirt Digger and dug this up, and we were in Tulsa, and I was like, oh cool, a piece of a toy gun. He's like, no. He said, I can tell you exactly what that is. And this man's full of knowledge. I really do appreciate you, Red Dirt Digger. This would have had a stem coming off of it and a little flat piece on the end of it. It is made to look like a little toy pistol, but a little flat piece on the end of it, and you use it to tamp down tobacco in a pipe. And I would have never known that if I hadn't had him with me and he told me that. Just normal other stuff, buckles and old keys, and just an old toy ring there. It's probably a Cracker Jack ring or something. Little lead knob. I'm not sure what this is. A lot of buttons. I'm pretty sure this is a little piece of aluminum. It looked like it might come off of an old ring or something. A jack. Razor handle. One of the old razors. It's made out of brass. Somewhere on there I actually nicked it and you could see it. Some pottery or china. These two items were found in the exact same hole. This probably was a little tie tack or charm or something. It's a little horseshoe. It's got a lot of detail to it. This was actually like a key fob or a key ring for this hotel. That was a really cool dig. This hotel's from back in the late 1800s, early 1900s. Hotel Kaufman. And that probably was a room number. It says owner's name right there. I'm not sure why it says that. Anyway, I thought it was a really cool dig. It relates to the area we were digging as far as age goes. Bullets. Always lots of bullets in Tulsa. Little makeup compact. My very, very first clay marble. I was thrilled with that. Couple other marbles. A broken piece of marble. I think this is a piece of a broken clay marble. I think this, me and G-Man Tuna Cams, I believe, was with me that day, and we were looking at it, and I believe it's a tag off of a mailbox. It says Willard, and then it has some numbers right there. I'm going to clean it up like I did that license, that chauffeur's license that I cleaned up. And this is a Japanese 10 yen. I think it was, I got online, it's kind of hard to see on here, but you could get the symbols off here, the Japanese symbols, and there's a website you can go to. You pick out those symbols, it'll tell you what year this is, which it was, I think, 1952 or 1958. This, I think, is an old clay poker chip. I'm not 100% sure, but where it was dug up at, it very well could have been. These are Hudson Dairy milk tokens, the 1 pint. They're a tiny bit different. One of them's got stuff on both sides, and one of them only has stuff on one side, so that probably will tell you the age difference in them, but they were both found in kind of the same area of town. This, I believe, was probably a cattle tag. G-Man Tuna Can said he had heard from someone that these actually had a chain through them and they hung them around their neck, so it wasn't like an ear tag. A Palmolive token, which was another first for me. It actually says on there that if you buy a cake of Palmolive soap, you get some sort of cocoa soap. I need to clean it up some more and see if I can read it, but that was a pretty neat find. And it's brass, so a lot of the Palmolive tokens were aluminum. That one's brass. A couple tax tokens. One of my biggest and best finds that I've found in a long time. This thing is thick and it's brass and it's military. Everything on all the research I've done and everything I've read says that it's a bridle rosette for a U.S. Cavalry. This is one actually filmed. It was one of the last things that came out of that spot. We about dug it dry. Haven't really been finding anything down there. None of us have. I mean, there's nothing left in that spot. But we dug it for quite a while now. So this was an awesome find. I have been tearing it up on military stuff this year. I mean, I have found a ton of military stuff. And then some of the coins. I got a few Wheaties here. I don't even know how many. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. There's 20 Wheaties there. So I've been digging some wheats. Got 3 Indians here. This one I didn't even know was an Indian until after I got it home and got it under magnifying glass. It is pretty ate up. Then the next one is, I believe, a 1908. And it's pretty crusty. I need to do a little more cleaning on it to get it looking better. This one is actually a 1901. And it's the best looking probably anything I've ever dug. It's got a lot of detail left to it. A lot of detail on the back for a 1901 Indian. And I got a couple silvers. My first barber dime, another first for me. It's a 1911. It was just encased in black crud, and after I found out that the date wasn't a significant key date or anything, I went ahead and got it cleaned up the best I could. There's a specific way you can get that heavy, hard black tarnish off of them without totally destroying them. 1945 Mercury dime, 45D, and the barber is an S mint mark. If you can make it out down there, I probably won't get any focus. There it is right there. And 1 silver ring, 925. It's really small. I wouldn't even be able to get that on my pinky, but it is marked 925. So that's stuff I've dug here lately. I went out last night and found a couple minor things, but the spot that we're going to go into is just pretty much totally dug out. So I'm going to be on the lookout for a new place to dig, and if I find me a good spot, if it's like I said before, if it's something that I found myself and I feel comfortable at that point sharing it with everybody on YouTube, I don't mind telling you exactly where it's at. I'll tell you the address. But if it's a spot that somebody else showed me, I'm not giving any information out because that's not for me to give out. I appreciate everybody that watches my videos, and hope to see some you guys out there posting some new videos because I'm running out of videos to watch. So, see you later.